Hello everybody, welcome to the I Am IT Geek YouTube channel. My name is Shabazz Dan. As ever, I am the IT Geek. Welcome back to my Nerdio Diary series. I am still, as you can see, in absolutely beautiful Cancun, and I'm still at NerdioCon. So thank you everybody for watching and keeping up with the first day diary. So that was the first day of my trip. It wasn't actually technically the first day of the conference, so well, as I'm recording this, it was yesterday was the first day of the conference. So that's what today's video is about. I'm diarising all the stuff that I did, all the people that I met, as well as all the event setup, and also going go through the keynote speech as well and some of the highlights of that. I've also got two very special interviews. I'm lucky enough to interview Neil McLaughlin, a good friend of mine. You all know Neil very well, and also Joseph Landis, who's one of the co-founders of Nerdio. So yeah, this is day one of the event, the actual event starting diary. So check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So enjoy. So just walking through where all the breakfasts and the vendor booths are. So I'll do a bit more of a slow version of this tomorrow in my diary, where I'll show you some of the vendors that were there. And I walked through and got through to where the actual keynote speech was, and this was we had Joseph and Natasha, who opened us up, opened up the show, and then moved on to the main keynote, which was Vadim, who is the CEO of Nerdio, and he covered so many interesting topics. And what he started off with was kind of talking about, okay, what was 2022 like? So since 22, this is what we've done since NerdioCon 2022, and then talked about a bit about the sort of MSP side of it. And I was very thirsty, so I made sure I had my net company bottle with me. And then the most interesting part for me was the roadmap of 2023. So some amazing features for both MSP and enterprise. And they're just talking about the unified endpoint management and some of the benefits. And what I found was great was he had partners up talking about how Nerdio had benefited them. One of those announcements was around Intune integration. And then we moved on to talking about a manager for enterprise. And again, just a bit of a roadmap around some of the features that are going to be coming out, some really interesting features. One of them, my favorites, was the unified application management, which is kind of what I discussed in my talk yesterday as well. And then Nerdio Advisor, and specifically there was the cost modeler as well. And so these are some of the programs had in 2022, one of them being the MVP, which I was part of, and then this is what they've got in store for 2023. From a partner program perspective. And yeah, they again got another shout out, so thank you very much, Nerdio, for the shout out. Myself, Dominique, and Johan. And then we had Sharon Schoenborn from Microsoft on, and she had three partners from around the globe talking about their experiences with Nerdio and how it's helped their clients. And then this is where I did the Neil McLaughlin interview, so I hope you enjoy this.
So we're fresh out of the NerdioCon 2023 keynote, and I am joined by Microsoft MVP and Nerdio CTO, technical field CTO, Neil McLaughlin. Hey everyone. So obviously we've literally just come out of the keynote. Some really good announcements. Yep. For the roadmap of both the MSP and the enterprise services. What was the key sort of standout for you on the MSP side?
Yeah, it's got to be our sort of enhanced Intune functionality. So we spent a lot of time sort of developing how we can manage those Intune devices. So obviously historically we just focused on like Azure Virtual Desktop and Windows 365, but now we can sort of expand into multiple other devices as well. So as you showed during the keynote, we can like really add a lot of functionality to Intune that you don't have to go into the native Intune portal. Yeah. And obviously we add that sort of Nerdio added value, giving you a bit of extra like search functionality, see what applications are deployed, the compliance status, all that kind of thing. So really excited to see what feedback
we're lucky enough to see. I was saying to Neil earlier, Vadim did like 5 demos in the keynote.
Yes, absolutely.
One of them was the Intune element. It just looks amazing. It's literally everything you can do in the actual native portal. Yeah, you can do in Nerdio.
And obviously we consolidated a lot of the stuff as well, right?
Exactly. And I mean, you're obviously in your role as sort of technical CTO. Mm-hmm. You're more aligned to the enterprise sort of customers and clients. So what are you looking forward to on that side of the roadmap?
Yeah, so we've announced two major features, and part of that. So one of our main focuses for this year is obviously our application lifecycle management products, where what we're essentially doing is we're consolidating all like different application sources and putting them into one central console. Okay, and that's going to enable you to sort of manage the deployment of applications across, again, multiple hosts. So again, we can go to physical devices, we can go to AVD devices, go to Windows 365 devices, and we can sort of manage which applications go to which devices. And obviously, because we're pulling like the latest API version, we're communicating via APIs. It means that when we deploy those applications, it's always going to be like the very latest versions. So we're hooking into Winget, we're hooking into Chocolatey, we're hooking into Intune, we're hooking into all those different repositories to enable you to manage all your applications in one central console. The other big one which we released was the sort of AVD modeler.
I was going to say that was my standout.
Yeah. So the biggest issue which people have is obviously how much is my environment going to cost me? Okay, and they want to know that before they deploy that environment, before they sort of commit those prices. And what we've done with AVD modeling, we've enabled you to basically input some data. So you can input kind of like what your host entity wants it to be, what your hours of working are, what your FSOT profile size is, what your region is. And then at the end of it, we'll output you a model, essentially, and that's going to tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you every month from Azure. And it's also going to tell you what Nerdio cost savings you're going to get from that as well. So really, really exciting. And this is stage one, by the way. We've got a lot more to come for the rest of the year as well.
Just very that modeler tool really stood out for me. I mentioned it on my LinkedIn. Very, very so much powerful. Very powerful analytics there, and being able to kind of essentially try and predict what it's going to cost you.
It takes out the guesswork, right?
Yeah, 100%. Again, going back to the MSP one, for me, as well as the Intune, the Defender for Cloud integration, was huge. I'm obviously a big security. I do like the Microsoft Defender for Cloud stuff. So having that integration now with Nerdio, another game changer, I think, for those MSP clients.
Exactly, and like Intune policies as well, right? So essentially what we're giving you the option to do is you can take any of the policies that you set, you can set the policies at a global level, and then set that across all your clients. So if and we've given you some out-of-the-box settings as well. So if you want to sort of lock down all of your clients to give you a bit of peace of mind, we can just create a baseline within the sort of central NMM management console, and then just one click of the button, just push those policies out to all of your clients, and therefore all your devices will also have to get those as well.
So again, I always look forward to keynotes with any conference, but again, Vadim was great as normal, listening to him speak. So thank you very much, Neil, for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Stay tuned for the rest of the week. I'm going to have
more announcements coming.
Yes, more announcements coming. If you are here at the conference, come and say hi to both me and Neil. We're doing 2 sessions together, so come check both of those out.
We're doing one today, application deployment, and then we're doing one on Thursday on security hardening your AVD environment.
So we will see everybody next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
So it was great to catch up with Neil there around the keynote. And now here is my interview with Joseph Landes.
Hello again, everybody. We are still on day one at NerdioCon 2023, and I'm very lucky to be joined by co-founder of Nerdio, Joseph Landes. Hi, Joseph.
Good to be here. Thank you so much. Great to have you at the conference again, Shabazz.
Yeah, really, again, thank you very much for inviting me again. And just again, obviously we're day one. We've got the breakout sessions that are just starting. We've had the amazing keynotes this morning. Being here last year compared to this year, I can see myself, Joseph, it's grown. Must be double at minimum.
Yeah.
How much work? Again, a lot of people who are watching might not appreciate what it takes to set up an event.
Yeah.
Especially of this magnitude. How much work has gone in the background to get this all set up?
It's a lot of work, but fortunately we have an amazing team who's good at this. I always say when people come to interview at Nerdio and they say to me, "How I want to work on something strategic." Yeah. Well, execution is strategic.
Yeah.
And when you run an event like this, you need a lot of great execution. You're right. The event has doubled since last year. Yeah. Last year we had about 150 participants. This year we're close to 400 or so in terms of attendees and sponsors and speakers and people like you, MVPs. And it's great. It's great to look around and see the progress we've made. And I think as a company, we're always trying to do better every day. We're trying to be better every day and get better every day. So we took a lot of feedback from last year's event. We fed it into this year, and hopefully we're better.
And again, personally speaking, I can see is that there's obviously more partners here. There's more sponsors, and even the sponsor area has grown by another 30 feet. There's more sponsors here, and it's again just the amount of people that are here just looks amazing. And and the breakout sessions, you've got more of those as well.
We
And
do. We're running 6 every hour. So we'll have 36 breakouts plus some roundtables. So we'll have a total around 45 breakout sessions.
so people probably can't appreciate this. We're in near the kind of vendor area, which was absolutely heaving about an hour ago. But that's when the breakout session started. So people have just vanished into the breakout sessions, which just shows how popular they are as well.
They are. You know, one of the improvements for this year is we have an app, right?
Yes.
So we have an app, and people can register in the app for different things. And after Vadim did his keynote this morning and talked about some of the investments we're making in Intune, all of a sudden the Intune sessions got totally full, sold out.
The app is very good, I've got to say. You're able to just get all your sessions on there, get booked in for them. Even the excursion stuff for tomorrow, just book it on there. So simple.
So the question is, what do we need to do better next year, right? So we'll have to make a list and see and try to do better, right?
Yeah, exactly. Good luck with that, because it's going to be hard to top this, I'll be honest. But no, thank you very much. I know how busy you are.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Keep tuned. I'm doing daily videos, so this is obviously day one's video. I've plenty more interviews coming. I've got not just people from Nerdio, but partners and sponsors as well. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
So after my interview with Joseph, I went on to do the session with Neil, which I'll talk more about that in my summary diary at the end of the week. But the final keynote of the day was Scott Manchester, who is known as the godfather of VDI, really, isn't he? And he spoke about the new team, basically the Windows Cloud Experience team, who are kind of working on AVD and Windows 365. And just in general, it was really good to hear, see him do that talk. And again, really informative talk. Spoke a lot about some of the features that they're going to be working on. And again, I'll cover some of those in my end of week diary. So yeah, thank you for watching. So I hope you enjoyed it, and keep an eye out for the day 3 diary.